Hi everybody, I'm Mark Wallace and I'm joined by Destiny. And if you want great soft light, beautiful portraits without spending a single dime on studio lighting equipment, then today's video is for you. We're talking about open shade. That's where we're in right now. So let's begin by discovering what open shade is. It's anytime you're in a shady area like this, and that shade is right next to a very bright sunny area. That sunny area is going to reflect off of buildings and pavement and anything that's out there, and it's going to be very directional light. It's going to come into our shady area, our open shade, and it's going to give us really amazing specular highlights to make the catch lights in our subject look amazing. And that's about all there is to it. You can find open shade in almost any place, and once you do, you can make some great portraits. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start here, then I'm going to show you some other examples. So on my camera, I'm shooting at ISO 100, an aperture priority mode at f4, and then we're just going to shoot here, and I'll show you our results. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go. These portraits look pretty darn good, but we've kept things nice and simple. I've used this technique all over the place to create interesting portraits, so let me show you a few of those examples.
This is a typical open shade environment. We have nice dark shadows on the balcony next to bright open light that's reflecting off the sidewalks and the buildings in the background. I began by photographing Tassi against the white wall because the light was directional. We got nice side light. I asked Tassi to pose so that she was facing the light, and then I moved much closer so that we could show off the spectacular catch lights in her eyes. Next, I photographed Tassi with a sliding glass door as the background. Because I was shooting an 85mm at f1.2, the reflections fell out of focus and gave us a nice creamy background with colors that complemented Tassi's complexion. Finally, I decided to shoot into the light. Because the buildings behind Tassi were also in shadow, I knew that the exposure would be almost the same. This gave us really nice directional side light with a really colorful background that fell beautifully out of focus with that wide open aperture. In this next setup, I was shooting on a balcony with the sun behind me. The sun was reflecting off the buildings across the street and back into the patio. You can see the buildings have different colors and textures and brightness levels, and that created fantastic catch lights in Polo's eyes. I was shooting with a 50mm lens wide open at f1.4, and like the portraits of Tassi, I used the sliding glass door as my background. It was falling out of focus and reflecting all of the colorful buildings from across the street. Now, these photos were intended to be high contrast, gritty portraits, and so the post-production reflects that. I like the split-toned images, but for me, the black and white shots are definitely my favorites. By contrast, I wanted these images of Sophia to be nice and soft and beautiful. Again, we were shooting in open shade on a balcony with bright light reflecting off buildings and trees across the street. I decided to shoot into the light, and I overexposed the background just a bit. And because Sophia is a dancer, I asked her to move and pose as I moved my camera to capture different backgrounds and different looks. And I think we got some really beautiful portraits. Open shade can be found just about anywhere. During this shoot, we were walking through a parking lot and found the perfect spot.
Now we're in an environment that's called open shade. So Odette is here under the shade of these trees here. We have really nice soft light, but the difference is if we pan the camera around, you can see that we have this parking lot right here where we have this strong sunlight coming right in. It's bouncing off this concrete. It's coming right past us this way and into her eyes. That's giving us these brilliant specular highlights. It makes her eyes sparkle. And so we have the ability to shoot in soft light with a really strong directional light, similar to what we did before, but we have a much, much larger source of bright light. That's the definition of open shade, a shady area right next to open, bright sunlight. It works every single time. We shot this, and I think you'll agree that these results are spectacular. All right, to make this successful, we did a couple of things. The background, what we did is we wanted to make sure that we had some nice green to complement her blue eyes. And I made sure that I positioned myself and my camera where we didn't have branches growing out of the back of her head. We didn't want that. And then the last thing we did was we asked Odette to sit up on this wall, because when she was standing in front of it, we had just sort of this nasty wall. We didn't like that. And so her sitting up on this allows her to get closer to the green. It eliminates the nastiness of this wall. And it also solves some problems of the cars parked on the other side of this wall. And so that cleaned up the background considerably just by having her sit up here. And I think it worked out just fine.
A little farther down the road, we were able to find this perfect pocket of light. Odette was in deep shade with that bright light from the picnic area streaming in to give us really nice directional soft light. And because the background was so colorful, I was able to shoot wide open with my 50mm lens at f1.8 to get these portraits. On this rooftop terrace in Colombia, we had open shade, but because the shaded area wasn't covered, the shade wasn't consistent. It's okay to add a flash for more control of the light if the situation calls for it, and that's what I did at this shoot. I wanted to make sure we took advantage of the ambient light, but I wanted more control of the light. A simple shoot-through umbrella and speed light was the easy solution.
We have this really cool wall here. The problem is, though, the sun is coming in and out behind some clouds. When it comes out and there's no clouds, it's really bright. And so Karen can't even keep her eyes open. And we're sort of having the watery eyes. It's crazy. So instead, what we're going to do is we're putting Karen in the shade over here toward the wall, and then she can look away from the sun so her eyes aren't going to be watering. But we still need to control the light. We need to shape that light. And so what I've done here is I have this shoot-through umbrella to the side. And so that's going to give some nice soft side light. And I'm going to be shooting sort of at this angle here. And so I can play with the angle and get more or less of the wall, and things will work out. So, lista? All right, here we go. Let's shoot.
Okay, let's review. Open shade is any area where you have dark shadows next to bright open light. It can be found almost anywhere. Ask your model to move in different directions and move your camera so you can take advantage of the direction of light and create contrast in your images. Using a longer lens and a wide open aperture can give you more options when it comes to the backgrounds in your portraits. It's okay to add a flash to the mix if that's what the situation calls for. Use your best judgment and try to keep things simple. Sometimes a touch of fill light from a flash can make all the difference in a portrait.
I absolutely love these photos. Now the nice thing is open shade is just a guaranteed winner anywhere you are. It doesn't matter if you're in a garage, on location, shooting in a city, in the country. Anytime you can find open shade, you're gonna get great looking portraits. If you have questions or comments, please leave those in this video. I'll try to answer your questions as quickly as possible. Make sure you click on the like and subscribe button. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Destiny, and I will see you again next time.